You can have them turn just a little bit toward, and you're in C. On any human, all right, you won't be able to get your fulcrum farther back than the first molar, right? Just like down here, you're not going to get your fulcrum farther back than the second premolar on most humans, right? You're not going to get it farther back than the first molar up here. So that's all we're going to allow is fulcrum on the first molar. But if you choose the correct end, here's your explorer, all right? Actually, let's do the Gracie, because that's what we're kind of focusing on today. This is the 13-14. So I'm going to do the distals. So I put it on the distal of a premolar, and this part of the shank is bringing my handle out of the mouth, however you see it, or this little arrow points to the back of the mouth. I don't care how you look at it. Fulcruming on the first molar here. Indirect vision. What the nice part about this is that you can, in your mirror, you can see the terminal shank. Can you see that? So if your terminal shank in the mirror blocks the view of the contact, you know you're parallel, which is really nice to help you be parallel in the proximals, right? Okay, here's the weird part about this. In order for me to get the distal of this terminal with my fulcrum on the first molar, okay, it's a crossover grasp. So you lift these three fingers off your fulcrum, and you put them, and you lay them over the top of your fulcrum to get parallel. Okay?
Can you pull the cheeks back?
Yep. So it's a crossover. Here's your fulcrum. I got to get this terminal shank way back there, and I got to get a parallel. So I lift these three fingers, and I bring them over here to get. And so my grasp ends up being like that there for those two teeth, for the first and second, 1 and 2 for teeth number 1 and 2, right? So first molar fulcrum crossed over indirect distals, parallel. And then this is where your hand's going to want to do that. Keep your hand against the mandible so that the terminal shank doesn't fall across the occlusals. Okay, next tooth. It really is not difficult with the Gracies. Okay, now I'm coming up to my fulcrum. Now you're going to fulcrum on the tooth you're working on, and it's still a little crossed over. Not as much though. By the time you get up here, like so. Okay, and you can tell your parallel you can see easily in the mirror. So the